Hey, Bonnie.
Hey,
We are
Dawn.
on, we are in week 46, and some of the stuff that we are going to be talking about for the next like 6 times or so we do this are some of the topics that I think in Mary Kay makes us stand apart because I don't think sometimes people can go to their employer and say, I would like to earn a used car. So, Bonnie,
hmm
when you earned your Mary Kay car, were you working another job?
I think I actually was just working part time. And
Okay.
I think the first time I went on Target for a car was maybe right after I quit my job.
Okay.
Um, and I actually, you know what? It was kind of when you're working and you're doing the things, not that it wasn't in the back of my head the first time I went on Target. But I was out there seeing people and I was asking people about the career opportunity and working together with Phyllis to have that happen.
Okay.
And I was about 8.5 months pregnant with my baby girl, who's now going to be 37 on Sunday. And Phyllis called me up and she said, "Guess who's on target for their car?" And I was like, I was thinking people in our unit. And she said, you have the production in and the people in for a car. And I was like, what? And I actually earned it a year later. I just popped on Target then, but it just built belief into me. It was the kind of thing that, like, it really can happen just working. And that was such, I think, really just working. It's a dollar amount, it's a people amount. You do the qualification, and when you do it, you earn it. And it doesn't. I think the thing that has always intrigued me is it doesn't have to. You could have four car drivers on the same street, or you could have 10 in the same city, and it was just like when you do the work. And because we have no territories, you can build your team anywhere. You can earn a car. So, Dawn, tell me about your situation.
So, Bonnie, I remember I was in Mary Kay like, like 5 or 6 years. And I joined in 91 and I went on to it um, August of 96. And I went to seminar in 96. And I was sitting there. Okay, I'm just going to pinky swear, don't tell anybody. I was sitting in my red jacket at seminar, but I had 2.5 active people on my team. Okay. And at seminar, we've spoken about this. It's the beauty pageant, it's the camaraderie, it's the learning. And I'm seeing these people go across stage. And when you go to cross stage, you get a little keychain. And I'm like, I'm seeing all these people going across earning their cars. Now, there have been other people in my unit, my friend Lori, Leslie Higgins, Gail. I saw all these people earning cars. And and I don't know why, but while I was sitting there at the seminar, I out loud said, I want to win a car. I want a car. But I mean, seriously, Bonnie, I didn't have a car group. I just said I wanted to earn a car. And so I came home and I don't know if I told my husband, but I was working full time. So you had children. I did not, but I was working full time. But I think one of the things that I had done was I had built the consistency of my business, and I built, that I had a flow of meeting people and doing things. And I think the 5 years that I had worked up to that had given me some good skills and things like that. But literally in August, went on Target to earn my car, and we actually um, moved our house to our house so that the day I closed on my new house was the day I finished earning my car. So I mean,
Oh, wow.
if people say, I can't in doing this, I can't, you can do anything that you want if and And for me, I'm the luck was with me. I went on Target and earned it, picked it up, and have had a career car since. So I mean, it's just one of those things that it's just the flow.
Mhm. Often people, I think when you go to seminar or you go to something like that, it's mind blowing how many people are driving Mary Kay cars. They said we have more cars on the road than Hertz rent a car. That was years ago that they said that, but oh my gosh, you guys. And I just like when the Cadillacs are going across, especially that one, because we all know the Cadillac song. And it just goes and it goes and it goes. And you're like, all these people. And you start to think, I don't know, there's just something about that that breathes belief into your own self. Um, it just is it's just kind of, often people ask like, how many hours do you have to work to earn a car?
Mhm.
I would say being with, and I don't know what you say, Dawn, but I would say if you were with people about 15 to 20 hours a week, you probably are doing the activity needed
Yes.
to earn a car.
And Bonnie, you are exactly correct. When you earn a car in Mary Kay, it's you recruiting the people. When you become a unit, your other consultants can all add to that team. But it
Mhm.
is just your personalness that grows. But Bonnie, you did say something. I do think when you are earning a car, um, you will be putting in 12 to 20 hours a week. And then you'll be putting in some prep time with doing things now. If you're doing things virtually, some of your prep time will be either mailing out packets or maybe if that's an examples, but you'll have
Mhm.
some office prep time. But I think the thing that if you go back to what starts that is we grew up learning something and the phrase was no star, no car. And so, what we're talking about is building the consistency of your business that you never fall below a star level. And
Mhm.
that is where you are building good skills. And so, if you look at the skills, it's not just selling the product, but it's booking so that your business keeps building from there. And then learning the skills that you are doing and presenting the marketing to learn how to answer questions,
Mhm.
how to mentor people, because usually your first 5 to 6 recruits, your director is doing most of the work for you. It's not until those accidental ones get on your
Out of
team,
the
but
yeah.
you are actively working to grow that business. But I mean, stars are
Mhm.
so important because um, the consistency of being a star will get you earning cars. Mhm,
Mhm.
mhm.
I think yeah. I was going to say that your first recruits, your director is really kind of doing a lot of the work. But as you build your team, one, if you're a star, you're selling product. So
Mhm.
you feel very confident being able to say to somebody, I could teach you to do what I do. I mean, you take them along to your appointments or you have them
Yeah.
watch you because that's part of it. The other part is building a team. And the more people you have on your team, the more that you will learn how to do that. You will equip them. You'll be equipped yourself to be able to do that.
Sometimes we get asked along the way, um, and we're not going to talk numbers and things like that and percentages, but in Mary Kay, we make 4, 9, wait, 4, 8, 9, or 13% um, on our team. So based on how many team members you have, percentages go up. Um, I think it's 4, 6, not 8, um, 9, 13. But those percentages, and as you develop your team, but that is a way to increase your income. The other thing is once you earn the car, and if you can sell your car and you don't have that, that's another way. So that's when people say to me, how do you start to look at how much you're going to have to make in Mary Kay versus, if you get rid of a car payment and 85% of your insurance, that really helps
It's
in a
huge.
family's budget. I
Mhm.
mean, You know, Bonnie, I don't know about you. I mean, if I've picked up a car every 2 years since 1997, that sounds kind of weird. That's like almost 26 years of car payments I've not had. It's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. And then we also drive a newer car and we don't have the maintenance. So
Mhm.
I don't know, Bonnie. I think it's one of those things where sometimes people fall into being on target, and some, it's one of those things where when you're out selling the product, you're meeting the people that you have
Mhm.
to ask. Hmm.
Mhm. I just remember at that time it was you had to take 4 months to qualify for it. But when I hit that halfway point of like qualifying for it, it was just such a like, I'm doing this. And it was such a confidence builder and it made you feel good because you really set your goal to do that. And I think what was good about that was just realizing that it's just I'm just doing what I like to do. And I'm like I'm doing facials and I'm talking to people about Mary Kay. I mean, it was like, and it's working. So I think just to know that if you're out there seeing people and you're consistently booking and consistently asking them, that it falls into place.
And it's seeing the people. I think the people for me was that I was okay with doing one or two things at my home as a group thing, and then see people. And I did a lot of facials and double facials. But I knew, and when I went to my meetings, I always brought a guest or two, or I had them bring somebody. But
Me
it's just a
too.
matter of you just get very creative and you work smart, not hard.
Mhm. Mhm. Hey,
And
Dawn.
sometimes I just think the way we have life now, it's almost easier because the amount of people that you can connect with versus how we did
Mhm.
it. And we had answering machines. We didn't have when we first earned cars, we didn't have email. We had the phone and we didn't have texting. And, ooh,
There's a lot we didn't have. Hey,
no.
Dawn.
And I don't say that
So,
it's easier now because it's yes. Hmm.
Dawn. So, somebody listening might be thinking, they might be a consultant and they're thinking, I hate it when people say, do you have a Mary Kay car? Or do you have one of those pink Cadillacs? Or they say something like that. How do you, they might not hate it, but it's like, I don't know how to respond to that. What do people say? Because
Well,
everybody hears it.
we get asked, I mean, do you have a pink car? And I say, I'm working on it because I mean, both of us are actively working on earning a pink car. But the thing is, I do tell them, hey, guess what? I've earned a Mary Kay car since January of 1997, and I have not had a car payment since. And people look at me and I'm like, look at my car, it's Mary Kay. So I mean that, and people who know me know what my priorities have been. But
Mhm,
I also think that it's important to realize that our unit members are part of our car. Being part of our car, yes, we get
mhm,
to drive the car, but it is a prestige thing to have a
mhm.
car, being a car
So
driving
if a
unit.
consultant is somebody's watching and they are doing appointments and they get asked that, how do they respond to that?
Just say that we are a career car unit, and then we're painting sticks, pink lipsticks all over the United States to make our unit turn into a pink Cadillac unit. That's what I would say,
That's good. Sometimes if I
because
don't
it's
know what to say, I'm just kind of covering this because I think sometimes people get asked that. So if somebody says, "Do you have a Mary Kay car?" and you're like, "Not yet," I think just to say, "Oh my gosh, thank you for asking. Our
Mhm.
unit does have a Mary Kay car," and just to say, then you can talk a little bit more about it. I think people are even amazed that we know people that have Mary Kay cars. I think they're like, "Really?" Like, because I think sometimes people have only heard about it. They've never experienced it.
And I think it's one of those things where in in your little, when you sit down, if you're listening to this, like I said, if you would have told me I earned a car with the 2.5 people I had in my group then, no. But I was, I took Kaylee Castagna in my pocket. And actually, I mean, Kaylee, one of the IFIS senior directors, I did work. I mean, she would listen to me when I needed to, you know, some support.
Mhm.
The skills I had were in me. That just pulled them out of me. So, I mean, if you're a
Mhm.
corporate woman, you've got the skills. You just need to transfer those skills, the
Mhm.
discipline to your Mary Kay, and look what it can get you. That's what I would tell you. So,
Yeah.
and
Great.
Bonnie, I was walking this morning and I was out of place. I ended up walking in Pewaukee this morning because my girlfriend hurt her knee. And so I said, I'm going to walk by you today. I'll pick up your dog and I'll walk. So we walked around Pewaukee Lake today. We got like 2.25 miles. And then I turned around, we were walking, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, who's driving the Mary Kay car? And I'm like, oh, that's mine. I thought somebody else didn't be.
Go on. It must have been way early. It is, you know what? It is such a sense of pride in our teams and in ourselves when you do that, when you earn a car.
And you know, Bonnie, I think it's cute, like when you and I get together and people like will go and we'll park
Who is the Mary Kay car?
and it's like, and then they look and they're like, she's driving the same one and it says Mary Kay. So it's kind of humorous. And now our friend Donna has one. And that's, I mean, it's not just one person, it can be lots of people. And that's a great feeling. And I don't know. I think it's like anything, Bonnie. It's a mindset and you put your
Mhm.
mind to it and you make anything happen.
Mhm. I remember hearing, Dawn, that a city, this was years ago, so I would think it's still true, but a town or city can, there would be enough room for car drivers for as many banks as there are in that city. So if it's a city that has 4 banks, there's enough bases. That means that there could be 4 car drivers in that city.
And I think, Bonnie, with the virtual options that are right now, I think it's even more so because we are not
Mhm.
tapping into the same person. And you know what? I don't think there's an age. I mean, I have seen people at seminar who are almost 90 who are being Mary Kay cars. So I mean, and you know, I've seen 18-year-olds come into this company and in
Mhm.
30 days
Yep.
earn their first car. And in within 9 months, they've earned all 3 levels of career cars. So I mean, don't
Yep.
don't tell me that it can't happen because when you believe, anything can happen. So,
Yep. Yeah.
so,
Great.
so
So
I
if
just
you're
think,
watching this and you're like thinking, gosh, I really would love to have a Mary Kay car, talk to us. Talk to
and
your
I do,
director.
it doesn't happen overnight, but it's one of those things that you just you keep practicing the skills and it happens. So,
Mhm.
so, all right. We can't wait to help you and we can't wait to go and have you sign your name 3 times and drive away with your car. So,
Pretty
all
fun,
right.
pretty special. Yay.
Yay.
Bye, everyone.